faces a setback, it is not a setback for her. It is a stepping stone to greatness. Today, we are here to believe in the unbelievable, a segment which celebrates the greatness of such women cancer survivors. Today with me here is Mrs. Divya Bajaj, who, with her attitude to fight, has fought and come out of a dreadful disease like cancer. We welcome Mrs. Divya Bajaj on this segment of ours. Hi Divya, can you share with us your journey as a cancer survivor from your diagnosis to where you are now?
So, Radhika, to this week, in fact, I completed 2 years of cancer diagnosis. The reports came in and I'm cancer free. I'm in remission right now. If I look back at the 2 years, how they have panned out, I think, and for everybody watching this, my first request is please do the home cancer breast scans every single month for all the females, not above 40 only. Above 40, you need to do the mammograms. But for every female age of 20 and more, please learn how to do the breast cancer checks at home. So my journey started with that because I was feeling lumps in my breast and I was overlooking them because everybody around told me that you have just weaned your daughter breast milk. So this is a normal occurrence. But for me, what was worrying was the slight pain and discomfort I experienced. I'm thankful for the support and the right people at the right time that I was directed to. My gynac first told me that this is what we needed to get checked. Cousin who directed me to senior radiologist or got a mammogram done, and a surgeon from Tata who told that okay, biopsy needs to be done. I somehow had a glitch and I opened the door and he had to break the news to me, thinking that how will I react when I got to know, and he told me that there is cancer. My biggest worry that time was how will my parents take it. My daughter was 1.5 years old, and with that we had doctors who took care of me, doctors who were family there. There was an ecosystem there. 1 year was, I think 1 year, 8 months is how the entire treatment lasted. The other thing which people don't realize about cancer is you might have gotten over the illness, but it takes a toll on your body like nothing else. And it is such a disease that the entire family goes and grows through it. So the most important thing is after you're done with the treatment.
So, Divya, we got to know what your journey has been like. Now, we would like to know what were the challenges that you faced during this journey.
So, I remember, Radhika, somebody told me, or a lot of patients told me, that chemotherapy is the toughest part of a cancer patient's journey. For me, the experience was quite different, and I think that is why it is said that everybody has their own journey. For me, the true toughest phases in the journey were one where there was a severe ear pain, and later I got diagnosed with, after a Doppler test, that the chemo port has blocked out and created clots in the neck, and whether the chemo port will function at all or how is it going to pan out. And the second thing, post surgery, I had a full mastectomy, MRI and flap, and it took a lot of time to heal. Rather, after 1 month also the stitches had not healed, and there was a surgery mishap, and that led to a hole, so to say, of almost 4 layers in my stomach, where the doctors, the senior doctors, when they saw it, because of the stitches just couldn't stay and it opened, and where the doctors thought that there was a risk of hernia because my entire abdomen got reconstructed post mastectomy. Because till then I was mostly working. That put me to bed rest, and that led to a healing period of almost 6 months where I was being dressed by a team of doctors every single day for twice a day. The journey is not going to be like this. It is going to be like this. For somebody, chemo is easy. For somebody, radiation is easy. For somebody, surgery is easy. So it's not what suits one suits the other.
How did your experience with cancer impact your mental and your physical health? Because there are two aspects to it.
So, Radhika, we often consider that the physical aspect is the only aspect, and we forget about the mental aspect. And I think mental impacts of cancer are not talked or not known about. I didn't know what PTSD was. For those who are unaware, PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. And from what I have learned in my journey is mostly every single cancer patient will go through PTSD at some point in time in life. For some, it's just after diagnosis. For some, it's after recovery. For some, it's during the last phase of treatment. For some, it's years later. But a mental health perspective is a very, very real part of a cancer patient's journey. And not only for the patient, even for the family. Because I think for me, PTSD, when I came to know about it, was I didn't know why emotional I was when after I had recovered from cancer, after the treatment had got over, when it didn't affect me during the treatment. I realized later that it's all bottled up inside. And when I had to move back to my base city, start with my job, take care of my daughter, and when every single support system around me was tired and exhausted after supporting me, doing their own bit and leading their own lives, and when it was like, okay, now she's fine, she can handle herself, is when PTSD struck. So people should know. Regarding the physical aspect, as I told, chronic fatigue is also a very real part of cancer patients' life. So you might, but when you feel that fatigue, when you feel, oh, it's been 2 years and why am I still exhausted, and you have no reason to it, you realize your body needs to be strengthened. Some people go through osteoporosis after it. Some people go through various side effects. People who have been through a surgery, they face hardening due to radiation. So these are all the effects we never talk about. We only talk about, oh, chemotherapy honi hai, you will lose your hair. That is not even the 1% of it. It's life after cancer that you need to be concerned about mentally, physically, and create your system and create your day around it. The treatment of cancer.
Divya, as you earlier mentioned, that the support system is something that plays a major role. So how is it that the support system in your case work? Because you have such a small daughter, doesn't understand what her mother is going through. So I am sure that journey must have been a journey that was difficult, because to make the daughter understand is something that is the most difficult part.
So I think the day I got diagnosed and was a day when after a week we were supposed to shift back to Mumbai, which is our base for our jobs. And the moment we knew that this has happened was when the decision was taken that we are not moving back from Ahmedabad, because I had my entire family there, which is my support system that time, and I had my parents there who took care of her. She had grown up in lockdown with them. I had my brother around. My husband used to move cities and be there with us during my treatment and weekends. That is how we figured it out. I was very clear, I will be where my support system is. And to add to that fact, I consider myself absolutely blessed, because my onco physician, Dr. Talati, who has been the person who, my go-to person and my family's go-to person, was my father's childhood friend. So to have that kind of support system and to have an ecosystem where doctors understand where you are coming from, what is your background. So when you talk about support, it's not just the which doctors are you going through, your alignment with their thought, who is there in your family to take care of you, because you will not have that strength, who is going to be there with you, who is to be going to be there to take care of the family. And I consider myself extremely blessed to have that kind of support system in the hospital, at home, at work, because even during the treatment I was working, and that is all thanks to my company and my bosses. So
Divya, our question to you is, how has your perspective changed towards life and towards health because of the journey that you've gone through?
Radhika, it's not that everything has changed or I have got that learning. It's a work in progress, as I would say. But what I would like to stress upon is whenever I think of today, I think of it as a gift that I got and which I was praying for 2 years back, and I have got that gift today. So I'm trying is to incorporate and make health, looking after my health, the most important thing in my life, because if there is no health, there is no life. And the other thing I'm trying to look at is, because I considered that this as a rebirth, so to say, the best two people to learn from are those little kids, and I have one at home. So I try to learn how do they live their life. So because we always say breath work, learn from kids how they breathe, living, learn from kids. So I have realized the power of now from her. Let me be in the moment and at least live the now, and take care of myself for now.
So Divya, my last question to you, but the most important one would be that what would your advice be to people who are still battling cancer or have already survived the cancer?
I think, Radhika, when I look back on my journey, I realized there was one thing which helped me, and this comes from a very famous saying: the one who has a why can figure out any how. So my why was, I wanted to live to see my daughter's life and to teach her how to live, and that made me turn to every how, and things fell in place. So figure out your why. Why do you want to live? What is the single most important thing to you that drives you to live this life to the fullest? And trust me, if you have figured out that why, you will figure out anyhow how to live, and you will see this. Cancer is not the end, it's just the start of why you are here and what is your purpose in life.
So thank you so much, Divya, for giving us your valuable time and amazing inputs, because there are so many people battling this disease. They want to come out of it, but they do not know ways and means. People like you who have survived a disease like cancer can help these people come out of their battles and be triumphant and be happy in life. The best life lesson that you have taught today is live life to the fullest, live life in the present. You do not know what your future is going to bring for you. You do not know what the past did to you. But this is where you need to live and now. So we thank you with MOC Cancer Care that you really made time and the effort to give us this interview. Thank you.